2025 is the year of the snake, and what better way to ring in the new year than a brand new reptile archetype? Hello and welcome, my name is Dehalev, and today I'm going to talk to you about the recently revealed Mitsurugi archetype. These are early impressions as I haven't yet gotten to test the cards, but right off the bat I'm happy to report we have a strong set of 7 on our hands. The first two are the level 4s, Kusanagi and Saji. Both activate when summoned or tributed, with Kusanagi recovering a Mitsurugi card from grave or banishment, and Saji adding any Mitsurugi back row from deck. They also share an effect allowing you to tribute them to protect your reptiles from battle or card effect destruction. This may seem clunky, but one of their boss monsters can easily revive multiple reptiles during the opponent's turn, meaning you have quick access to destruction prevention. The first thing that stands out about these effects is that they can be activated when they are tributed. While this can be done using Ogdoadic's Engrave to tribute, the intent is clearly to use the ritual spell to tribute them from deck. I like these two. Some straightforward consistency is exactly what Ogdoadic needed, so a searcher like Saji fits right in. I also appreciate that their protection extends to battle, as big link monsters were often a way people outed your Slicer and then continued plays in main phase 2. Mitsurugi Ritual has two effects that can each be used once per turn. The first lets you ritual summon a reptile ritual from deck by tributing monsters with an equal total level from hand or field. The second lets you ritual summon a reptile ritual from hand by tributing up to 2 reptiles from hand, field, or deck with an equal total level. This is how we will get the most value from the level 4s being activatable via tribute, and can be immediately recovered by Kusanagi for a second use. These two alternate effects greatly minimize the long-standing downsides of traditional rituals in a way we haven't seen before. The archetype's 2 ritual monsters are both level 8s, meaning we now have even more access to our main deck Ogdoadic names. My immediate hope is for a level 10 ritual so we have access to the Overlords, and a level 12, which would allow for Curse and Naya to be sent at the same time, enabling your full Ogdoadic combo on the spot. I also appreciate the type restriction. Instead of locking you into reptiles for the rest of the turn, it simply requires reptiles. This keeps the card on theme and at full power within reptile lists. The stars of the show are the level 8 reptile rituals Ame no Murakuma no Mitsurugi and Futsu no Mitama no Mitsurugi. They both revive themselves when tributed and search any Mitsurugi card. Ame wipes the board when special summoned and can negate an opponent's card or effect unless they discard, and Futsu allows you to summon a reptile from graveyard once per chain. These two pair, as using one for the other goes positive in resources, and using Futsu to revive Ame during the opponent's turn gives us access to an on-demand board wipe. Ame also complements Aaron's Hand Rip and Amanisi's Revive, which is yet another way to use Ame's board wipe during the opponent's turn. This makes the high-level Ogdoadics far more appealing, as they can be made for free instead of paying their hefty tribute costs, while also giving those tribute costs monsters that actually want to be tributed. This also finally gives a meaningful target to Lamia, as having the ritual in hand alongside the ritual spell will mean the maximum efficiency. Mitsurugi Prayers is a quick play spell that searches a Mitsurugi monster, and if you tributed a reptile monster from hand or field on activation, allows you to special summon a Mitsurugi from hand or grave. Another searcher is obviously amazing, but the fact that this is a quick play means we have a second spell that avoids targeting from common threats like Imperm and Veiler. Prayers also preserves your normal summon, meaning you still have plenty of options if your opponent interrupts the initial search. The final card is the normal trap, Mitsurugi Great Purification. By tributing a level 5 or higher reptile, you can negate and destroy an opponent's card or effect. It can also be banished to tribute a reptile and revive another on a different turn. The negation is incredible, as reptiles have always lacked in-engine answers and relied on generic boss monsters to close out games, but the tributing is actually a false cost. If Purification is used by tributing the rituals, then they will just revive themselves, and we know what that means when Ame is in rotation. Overall, I'm very excited by these cards and happy with the direction they are heading in. While negation isn't my preference for card design, it's hard to argue that there is another direction that is as reliable and simple as this kind of interruption. I also appreciate this is a reptile archetype that doesn't explicitly synergize with Snake Rain, and I hope it goes to show that Snake Rain's existence does not have to limit reptiles, no matter how much people like to say it does. Lastly, I love to see the level of internal consistency. Every card supports the others, and Ritual is such a perfect mechanic to pair with the Ogdoadic strengths and even their weaknesses. I will be thoroughly testing these cards while we wait for them to hit the TCG, so if you want to see that, please feel free to subscribe and join the Discord, as we are live every week. With that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.